So here we are, guys. We are finally ready and set to go for our grand finals. My name is Dax.
And I am Vyminal.
He is Vyminal. He is a
Yes, I,
wonderful
I am
addition.
indeed
He's,
Vyminal.
he's been doing a great job on the casting booth today. Been doing a great job in the casting booth all throughout the week, and seems like the evolution of not only the Siklab Invitationals, but the evolution of Mr. Vyminal coming into full force. Like, you know what we said, guys, when we went to this tournament? Honestly, this is the Vyminal training arc. This is where you get to over 9,000. This is where your Super Saiyan comes in, and then he's gonna be
Indeed.
unleashing it at the end of the week, of course, for the Ignition series. But enough about that. We are gonna be getting into our game. Adroit versus Ahjin. Rematch from Group A, best of three. Gonna be really interesting. What do you think, Bim? Any talking points before we get into this one?
Yes, absolutely the team to beat. Probably not only in the Philippines, but around the region. Adroit Esports, definitely very, very strong. And they are the team to beat. Again, if any team has proven themselves worthy of facing these opponents, it's going to be this team right here, Ajin, right? We're not counting them out. But the fact of the matter is, one of the most lopsided matches in this tournament was Ajin versus Adroit Esports. So the important thing in a team, and I'm sure these people are very much capable of doing so, is learning from your past mistakes. You could get destroyed in one map and then come back around the other. We've seen that happen in open qualifiers stage, wherein Cute Boy went up against Empowered Youth, and they got destroyed the first map, and they came out very very strong the next two, right? So literally anything can happen,
That
right?
was that could have been their warm up map, but the shades
Right.
of the past, I believe, gonna be haunting them in the future because we have our map
Mm.
pool for this best of three. First map is gonna be Bind. Our second map is Ascent, and our third map is Haven. So we get to that map three.
Mm.
That has to be Agent performing to such a better degree. Now, looking at our format again, we'll just quickly disseminate to you guys how we were able to get our map pool. Whoever has the higher seed
Mm.
and standing is the one who gets that ban. And then everything else, it will be some picks here and there. And the last map, of course, is whatever is left. So first pick went over to Adjin. They picked up Bind. It is going to be a pick for Team Adroit for Ascent, as we've seen from their execution before in the semifinals. And of course, Haven, you can't really go wrong with that for Team Adroit. So it really goes to show
Mm-hmm.
that these teams have done their homework. And I guess in the map, for especially for Adroit, they secured that 3-0 for a reason, to be able to get rid of Split. And before we get into the game, it seems like there are a few shoutouts that our players want. Shoutouts from Himiko Super Iso, of course, the Spencer going for that classic Salamat Shopee, and a little bit of Kalig in the air. I love you, Candice from Joko. We're just gonna get a little fan service right there from our players, but they have worked for it.
Of
Like, they
course.
deserve it. Like a little moment like that after how many days of Valorant? From Sunday till Wednesday, we have seen matches all throughout from the Valorant Philippine community, and it has been an amazing time to bring you guys the action. I have had such a great time with myself, with Mr. Vim, and with the rest of you guys here in the community. And it really just goes to show that when we are given a proper opportunity for the scene to really flourish, then it really is just well
Mm-hmm.
supported by the PHFPS community. So overall, really good showing, and we are going to be getting into Bind in a bit. So Vim, any predictions, any thoughts
Yep.
coming into this first map?
All right. Again, we've seen Jesse Vash dominate this map as Sage. Back in closed beta alone, so many teams were unprepared for what Adroit brought to the table. And I'm actually curious to see what their strategies evolved towards coming into this because I've never seen them play Bind since closed beta. So I'm prepared to be surprised in many, many ways.
I agree.
Looks like they are going for the
Getting
um,
into
Jesse Bash on stage, Jikama on Cypher, Dispenser on Reyna, Borkum on Omen, and Humi on Soba. This is a lineup we've seen them before. And Himiko on Cypher as well, Emil on Phoenix, Joko on Brimstone, Bad Ghost on Sage, and Draximov on Reyna. This is the exact same lineup, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Okay, and it seems like we're gonna get an RM in order real quick. Go ahead.
Mhm.
We'll be
All right.
remaking our lobby, unfortunately. So a little bit of an issue right there, Mr. Bim. Need your beautiful face
Right,
back
right.
on the board, but it really has. We've seen that comp. Don't forget Same agents, huh? No changing, no changing
Indeed.
of the agents whatsoever. Very very important to have this a little bit of understanding in the first place. And as we saw on stream, we got that double intel, we got the cipher though on the other side, and it really is a
Hmm.
composition that I feel like Android is very very comfortable with in the first place.
Right. Again, this is. Forgot my train of thought, Dex.
It's okay. This is a best of three, and we are going to be getting into bind. And we've seen though from Team Adroit that they always put a stop to the teams, especially when they're on the defensive end of bind.
No, I was about to say that
Mhm.
each team gets one remake
Oh
each.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
that's a
So
really
this
good
is
point.
okay. We've prepared for this. Our system is prepared for this.
Bim, are you still in
So
game?
again, we're going
Oh,
to game, and
but
then potentially we might have another remake. Okay.
maybe so. You make one RM for Adjin.
Well, that's for yeah, Ajin. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully it's gonna be a-okay. Because we already went for the ping check, everything was fine there. It seems like that's the case. We'll ask Cyan real quick. Real quick.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
ask Cyan about that. I'll ask Cyan. Wait
All
lang
right.
guys about that one. So we're just making sure everything is a-okay. We wanna have like the best kind of tournament experience for our teams. And well, as we've seen from the comp before already, Vim, what do you think? What
Yes.
can be the plan here for Team Agile forward?
Very, very standard meta compositions on both sides here. You got the Cypher, oh, right? And then Reyna having a lot of like repeat reposition potentials. Fine. Typically, that small side on B, right? Reyna is so powerful. She can like move through that site and like just, do a ballet and chain kills very, very efficiently. In fact, as a Reyna main myself, it's my favorite map to play bind because of that B site. It's just so satisfying to chain kills on that B execute. And I'm really excited to see Dispenser and Draximov display what they can bring to the table on
Yeah,
that. But again,
really,
very meta compositions. We got the Cypher on defense as well.
yeah. And we'll be looking to get into the match. We'll be waiting, of course, for our moderation team to get back to our few queries here and there, but we can get into the game. If I remember correctly, though, it's one remake per match, right, Mr. Bim?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the case. We don't want to be like hopefully like these guys have VPNs ready if ever to get
Yeah.
all a-okay. And it seems like for Team Agile though, they're having a few technical issues. A while ago, it was one of them lagging around. Bat Ghost right now having some computer issues here and there. And it seems like he's gonna be making sure that he can get into proper ping in the first place. So hopefully it's fine
Hmm.
there for Team because they can't really afford to be down a man in terms of latency, especially if it's not really
Right.
anyone's fault except our wonderful ISPs overall over in the Philippines.
Hmm. Especially in the grand finals of all times, right?
And it really is. It's a big number. It's a big pot. 25,000 pesos prize pool. I believe 15,000 of it, which will go to the winner itself. And yeah, I'm just gonna be very flabbergasted
Wait,
per
wait.
se in the first place, as again, I love the whole lobby system where people can just show up and say things on voice chats. Closing that one real quick. Come on, Valorant, please.
Open lobby.
Open lobby, Willow's lobby.
Yeah.
Valorant, please help me
There,
out here. Yeah, but
there should be an option where it just turns off lobby chat.
yeah, okay. I think
Like that
it's
would make
okay.
our lives so much easier.
I think it's gonna be good. And we're gonna be getting into our first map, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna be playing yet again
Let's go.
Adroits on the offensive, Adjin on the defensive. Please make notes to our mods there that I hope that these two teams do have the same rosters. And yeah, just making sure that everything is a-okay there. Wouldn't be surprised to see some very quick picks already during the agent selection screen. But as we've seen before, Adroit is gonna be whipping out their bread and butter on Bind, that double intel, especially with the really good lineups. You usually see Humi, right? He plays the
Right.
duelist in multiple maps here on Bind. He whips out the Sova because he just has such a good understanding of every single part of the map.
Again, I mentioned before, this was Adroit's home court back in closed beta before Ascent was released. And part of how Jessie Vash plays around this map, she goes around with basically free reign, is because they have double intel. Jesse Vash knows exactly where to position Sage, and it works out really, really well in their favor.
Completely agree. And hey, it is going to be time right now to get into the action. Seems like we do have the same rosters here and there. Double duelist composition though for the defensive of Team Adjin. It's going to be Adroit's bread and butter though yet again with a double intel. And of course, it's an omen now for Borkum to be as sneaky as can be. So Cheeky Breaky looking to do all they can and more. It's going to be our first map of the grand final here, ladies and gentlemen. Best of 3. First to 2 map victories will take that 15k out of the 25k pot prize. And well, it is going to be an amazing time. This is the Siklab Invitationals. This is the grand finals. And let's get started with some gunplay.
Let's go. Shower, free fire from Draximov. Not really catching anyone off guard just yet. Looks like Team Adroit Esports is going for an A split push.
I'll find out soon if this is going to absolutely pan out. First place as here we go right here right now with the A side push. There we go, the Cypher actually out in front. Dispenser quite low already. Does get the kill though onto Draximov. And a good start here for Adroit, especially getting that heal for the Reyna just in time. Bando Humi getting two. Clean as a whistle there from the Sova. Transition in from the shower side, but it's looking really tired here already for Team Adjin. Again, Adroit playing in such a different speed as the spike is planted. It really just goes to show they're so quick on the execute every single time here, Vim.
Absolutely. Again, they work like a well-oiled machine, no matter what map they play, no matter what agent composition they play. Just really clean. 5 agents on the board for Adroit Esports and 0 for Ahjin. Now, I think what they did very smartly there was that they confirmed that the Sage was not at A site, and they just chose to execute right there.
It really is. It's like, okay, there's no Sage here. We can actually just deal with all the antics here and there. Twin Sages though on both sides, but in an instance like that, well, for Team Adroit, they will have that wall advantage. And something you've been taking note of is really the home court playground that is Jesse Vash in the jungle gym that he makes with those barrier orbs. Slow orb again into play. We've seen this multiple times here from Jesse Vash. On to heaven gets the slow brimstone and the Reyna on the defense here. 2 and 3, I believe. This is really interesting. I don't see this too often, so it's a very big gamble here for Team Adjin so far.
And I think they were expecting a B execute there. Because again, this is only the second round. And more often than not, here on Bind, it's just B execute on the first 2 rounds.
Okay, so easy to scroll into. But here we go already with Jakama getting that first kill. Seems like though Borkum trying to go for the sandwich play. And this is just going to be Adroit looking to get the angle on every single side. There's the victory there for Team Adroit. It's something to take note of is Jesse Bash did play that economics there. Ghost light armor, going to be an operator for this third round into play.
Already is 6k. Right? So definitely, are we going to be seeing an operator? No.
Oh,
we're seeing a
surprising. I'm very surprised about that buy, but hey, it seems like they're going to be playing a more mid-range oriented game coming into this one, Bim.
Half armor going for majority of Team Ahjin. That could prove to be a big problem. But again, for the side of Adroit Esports, 2 of them are still on Spectre buys. So they may have anticipated that.
Find out very, very soon if this is going to pan out to begin with. And in any case, we will have Joko right now on the eastern side. Still though, Jakama pushing forward. It looks like to be an A main push again here, Vim. And you know, the path of least resistance might be the shortest path as well, but it seems like it really is going to be a lot of resistance as Joko is angling to get that first kill.
I think that what they're trying to do here is basically keep trying the same thing until it stops working. There's no harm in doing that.
It really is. It's if it keeps working every single time, why change it up? Why expose a little bit more of your strategy, right? Draximov sticking on the east side. There we go with Spike planted though, and another A safe plant here. What's execution here from Adroit so far? Purple low. Away mail Jesse Bash trading blows. Bat goes right now getting another takedown. And here comes the Sage looking on around, but it's just not gonna happen. Borkum still alive. Jakama hopping on the way. And shades of their previous match already flourishing on in. Can Bat goes actually get around back? They will disengage instead. And you can really see the fear already of Team Adjin. They need to play careful, but they can't play too careful against Adroit.
Definitely, you don't want Adroit to snowball and gain too much confidence on the battlefield. Like facing them before, it's just if you give them too much leeway, they will exploit that to the nth degree, right? And you don't want that to happen. So Batgo's really smart decision to save that rifle.
At least they have the chance here, Vim. They will have a chance to put a fight up. But for Adroit, this is just absolutely clinical. This is what we see from them every single time. And even though they had a hard-fought battle against Empowered Youth, this was still the same pace that they played in on the offensive. Quick take, quick push, onto A side we go. And look at this, it's already a full A defense. Only one all the way on B. 4-1, really interesting. It's a pistol round though with a Phantom Kicker. But overall, it's going to be a big disadvantage already for Team Ahjin.
Pumi displaying some pretty impressive Sova tech with a lineup shock dart to the U-Haul section. Not sure if they actually catch anyone of the off guard there, but it looks like we're going for a B split execute.
Not a bad decision, especially with so many members on the other side. That's Sova. Getting a little bit of intel here and there, Bim. Really just goes to show that Raygon Bolt is so good for the initiation. But with Phoenix right now on that Sheriff only, I don't think this B side is going to get defended anytime soon.
Absolutely well executed there. Double intel very much working in their favor. And this is basically free reign for Adroit Esports.
To the site, onto the plants, and here we go again. One more battle. Wall is already set up, but keep an eye out because Humi gonna get on the board. Humi already getting two, actually. Still all about shots. Jesse Bash right now, another takedown. Back goes though, making that Phantom count, but this time he has to fight. Jesse Bash already cleaned up everyone and more, and it's another clinical approach. This is Adroit Esports, guy. This is what they are all about, and they have taken a commanding 4-0 lead.
Now, I was spectating from the retake perspective right there, and I saw Jesse Vash's pretty much blocking off elbow, right? I was not expecting him at all to be in garden at that point. Like, it was just sort of an off angle, I think, and it worked out pretty well.
That's what Adroit is all about, Vim. Play the off angle, surprise their opponents. Now, this might be a surprise though for Adroit because it's twin operators. And I like this pixel perfect shot from Batghost, but Dispenser already with the first kill seems like it doesn't matter. Because for now, this Sage is trying to play danger close to really no one. Email though with the trade catches out Borkham on the west side of the map. And they just have to be very careful here for Jesse Bash because he has that Vandal in hand, but he also has the spike, goes for the res.
Your duty is not over. Current division.
Very, very confident play from Jesse Bash right there. Going for the res. And it does pay off.
5 versus 4, advantage here for Team Adroits. And it seems like they might be cascading onto the hookah here. Since they set up the wall anyway, it's either they wait that one out or they're going to be busting it down. So it still is going to be the split here. Do you think this is a really good decision here, Vim?
Yeah, I think it's totally okay. The Cypher is already playing at A site. They might actually have an easier time going for B. But again, they have 45 seconds on the clock. They can safely rotate to A.
All about
They
moving.
have so many options.
You got A, you got B. It's a 50-50 split right there, Vim. I love it.
50-50 split. So many options.
Yes, exactly. Two.
To be exact.
I wonder if we're ever gonna get I once had a dream, actually, that there was a map that you plant a spike down, but it will open up the real spike plant. Like, it will open up the real site, which is really interesting. Or you can make
Interesting,
shortcuts. You know, it's like, it's a little bit more, R6, a little bit of disruptability, but Kumi right now destroying someone on B side, will get caught up by the Phoenix. There we go with Amiel, popping that run it back, and this is very slow here from the side of Team Adroit, and Graximov actually catching out the Spencer there with a beautiful operator shot, as the plant is there behind the APC yet again. We got Graximov.
Graximov with that operator value, already 2 kills on the board. Again, very high risk, high reward, going for double operators in 0-4 scoreboard.
Fear is there though. Jesse Bash trying to hold. Amiel gonna get that takedown. And whoa, Jesse Bash trying to survive, but that is the Phoenix getting 4. Really impressive work. That double operator gamble working out really well there for them, Vim.
I think it was pretty much do or die at that moment. They would risk just getting snowballed throughout the rest of the half, but they knew they needed to change the momentum by, of course, going double operators, and that was really smart of them. So we'll see how it plays out from here on.
It feels like it's such a big gamble, Vim. It's like that all-in by the poker desk. It's really do or die. And if they lost that, that would have been their whole economy gone kaput. Now, it still is a good chance here for
Absolutely.
Adroits. One up, rifles into play. Seems like it's gonna be a potential A push again with a little bit of a B kicker. We'll find out soon if where is gonna be action unfolding with a 4-1 lead here for Team Adroit.
Looks like they may be looking to play a bit faster here. Maybe going for an A fake even. Beautiful one-way smoke there from Joko. It really is intimidating. Seeing a one-way smoke like that, it really forces you to play slower.
You know, it's funny. I just don't understand. You know, in tactical shooters, when you see a smoke hovering over ground, how does that even make sense? But hey, you know, we take those. We take those. Game logic at its finest. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, though. Boomy gets the tracking on. Gets one. Gets two. That's three already down. Beautiful engagement here from Adroit. And this is the shark experience that we have been waiting for from Adroit Esports.
Absolutely masterful Hunter's Fury there from Humi. Yukama catching Amil off guard.
Orcom actually getting that
There.
kill. Shower, penetration, not gonna happen. Beautiful, beautiful offensive again from Team Adroit.
Absolutely clean round. So, again, you know, there are some rounds wherein they can afford to go trial and error to see how the enemy would respond. So it doesn't mean that if you lose a round, then the momentum is immediately shifting. They could be, you know, purposely taking a bit of a loss just to secure the rest of the half.
Be understandable. Speaking of that, a secured victory actually for here Adroit. That's gonna be an econ round here for the side of Ahjin. And the score doesn't lie. It's shades of day one on the group stage. It's stage of that 13-1 victory from Adroit versus Ahjin. But it seems like this Ahjin team has woken up a little bit more. They're putting up a pretty good fight overall. They still need to get that scoreline though, and it really doesn't matter if they get those kills onto some of them. They need to wipe out the whole team of Adroit.
Morecambe, though, lurking on B. Very interesting. He may be paving the way for a B execute. This might have been an A fake. They know they're heavily stacked on A, so they're making their way to B. Makes a lot of sense.
Mind games on point yet again, but Emil has shown to be pretty clutch. I remember last time he was all alone here, he was able to make that sheriff work, turn it into a rifle, and here comes the full cascade on. Shots do come, Borkum will get that takedown. Onto the high ground though, it seems like Team Ahjin gonna be sharing a little bit of a smoke by the hookah, and then we get the orbital strike. Seems like it's not the case though, Barrier Orb is into play instead. Here comes the bust down, and it's action on both sides. Dispenser though does get one more, a little bit of tap action. Overall, it seems like this should be a good secured round here for Team Adroit.
Everyone's aim on Team Adroit is just on point right now. And they're just an impenetrable wall, like a firing squad onto hookah.
Execution, mate. Execution right now. It feels like we are on death row, and that is gonna be Ahjin waiting for a last meal, because this is looking very, very familiar. This is looking very, very scary. And this is the Adroit Esports show. Now, I just wanna mention this real quick. For Adroit, they have a lot of respect for any kind of opponents. But I think for Ahjin, they just don't really understand per se how to play against Adroit as of yet.
And I can't blame them. It is very hard to get a read on Adroit. A lot of other teams are having the same problem. And I think that is just testament to Adroit's ability as a team. They're just in an arms race, for example, in a war, in human history. Like, you get a race to have the most advanced technology. And right now, that is Team Adroit.
Exactly. They have all the tactics, they all have the plans, and they have all the firepower in the world. Jesse Bash and Humi already with their first kills. And I really can't blame Team Ahjin. They came in from the open qualifiers. Bad goes right now with the resurrection though, as Dispenser gets rid of Draximo. But back to my point, they came in from the open qualifiers, and I don't think they had the most experience against Team Adroit. We've seen a few teams here and there put Adroit to the test, but that's because of their familiarity in a way, as Dispenser gets another kill. And it really is just gonna be all about talking right now. How about this matchup is unfolding as the dark cover is in play, because as Emil gets that kill, it really has been Ahjin showing up against every other team except Adroit. And you know, when you play rock paper scissors, sometimes it just feels like this is Adroit's rock to the scissors of Ahjin.
Right, basically they're kryptonite. And I guess I'm pretty like flabbergasted right now. I'm trying to figure out what they do so efficiently to counter such a strong team like Ahjin.
Interesting. It's really interesting how they have just such a big handle on Team Ahjin. But Emil has proven to be such a big game changer overall. It really feels like he's able to clutch it out, even though solo B defenses have been very impressive. He's the only one on a neutral KD right now, and Adroit needs to be playing to
Right.
his level if they want to win this grand final.
Jocko, pretty much a star player coming in from the previous match. Surprisingly, 0-7 on the scoreboard right now.
No, that's Joko. Joko is kind of losing steam here, and we've seen this before. Like on stream, he loses steam on off stream, but he did show up. Okay, he did show up on semifinals, so there is nothing about that about his talent. But it feels streaky in a way, and when you're hot and
Right.
cold to that degree, it's so difficult, right, Finn?
Yes. Consistency is the name of the game in esports.
Consistency is key. Work ethic, all the like. But hey, all about playing that game. A main though, smokes are coming. And it seems like it's gonna be standard fanfare here for Team Adjin. They do have 4 ultimates online though, Vim. Do we see any kind of potential initiation on the defense?
Yeah, I think probably they're going to go for a post-plant retake. They're definitely going to use that Brimstone orbital strike here. If they don't, then it might just cost them the round. And Joko goes down. No more orbital strike online. Very great frag from back there.
2 for 2 trade though. Borkum getting it on the board. Here comes Draximov right now. And oh no, it's gonna be the Empresses online. Who'll be gonna get another kill? Draximov roaming on around. Decides to go for the disengage, but dismiss. Invisibility is key. And thank God, Team Adjin finally getting one more. Draximov taking the lead, and we have seen the potential of the pop-up. Finally, Adjin playing to that potential.
If here's something that really impresses me about Draximov, right? I spectate a lot of pro players playing Valorant, and this guy has among the snappiest aim I have ever seen. Draximov, you are a good player.
I thought you were
lack
gonna
of a
say
better
something.
description.
I thought you were gonna say, give him like some descriptors.
Right? It's
You-
kind
you-
of anticlimactic, but like
man.
no. Kidding aside, you have some really insane aim, my guy.
Draximov,
Joke's
pretty cool
over.
name, but you
You're
know
dead.
what else is gonna be cool? The flames here from Amiel, because he is gonna be running on around. There we go, though with Humi. You know, guys, the best counter again to run it back is to run away, but Humi tried to play it clutch. Will fall there. Luckily for him, though, Jesse Bash does have the resurrection, so it's gonna be a slower push here from Team Adroit. That one? Ooh, Dispenser. Trying to get that kill, doesn't get to the Brimstone in time. Orbital Strike now is still a-okay here for Joko. But here comes a little bit of a reset. Took 25 seconds, I believe, for everything to be
There.
all set and done. But here we go again. This is a true start of the round.
There.
Indeed, we have heavily stacked A defense once again. They are gathering info at this point. Recon, arrow going down. They know this.
So exactly what's
Omen,
coming.
Borkum at the CT.
Here comes a little flag, but Joko and Draximov again doing all they can and more. And apparently Joko just getting kill after kill. Jesse Bash behind the Cypher cage. And here comes Borkum right now looking to get in position, but Himiko, what a shot there from the Cypher. And here comes trouble. Draximov though will go down. We have seen this before though here, Vim. Jesse Bash can play the ace clutch, but no, not gonna happen as Joko decides to get 3k back. And finally he's gotten kills on the board.
Spike here.
Now, that was a really powerful crossfire set up by Joko and Draximov. The positioning of Joko was very interesting at that because against a very controlling, very dominant
Equipment.
team on the scoreboard, you typically wouldn't go there. You typically wouldn't go to dirt. But if you trust your teammate watching short, like Draximov, for example, you know, you have a very self-sufficient, competent fragger, then you can set up a crossfire like that, and it worked out pretty well for them.
Like it seems like that was truly the craze. Draximov as well as
Deploying
Joko finally
drone.
proven their worth on Amen. And the crossfire with the smokes, with the flashes, really making a key difference overall. Spencer though playing great gameplay. We have Himiko holding on to the operator. And it's just gonna be a little bit of a whistle here by the shower to see who's gonna get the frag onto who first. The shot doesn't connect though. It seems like it is gonna be a B push here from Team Adroit Esports.
This is like a really interesting lineup because we don't really see like a hard entry frag from esports. You kind of see Spencer always on the lurk as Reyna, trying to open a site, try to get a pick, and then of course Jesse on the operator trying to get a pick as well. So they have two people trying to open up multiple sites.
Open the door right there, and we have seen Dispenser do that quite a lot. Him as Bat Ghost showing up out of nowhere, getting that takedown there and then. But back to Dispenser, he does like to make an opening, and he just steamrolls from there with the Reyna. Here comes the push there for Borkum. Beautiful catch out there onto Emil. It's the high time for the Orbital Strike. That's actually a really good catch. This pushes Jesse Vash all the way onto the other side. Gives time for Joko to get to the high ground, but Dispenser doesn't care. Gets that kill. It is going to be 4v3 right now with most of the defenders onto the CT side of the elbow and shoulder.
You got that wall closing off elbow. Very powerful position to defend. They are cornered at CT as of right now. This is going to be a really tough retake, but it still is possible.
Operators though singing, and Jesse Vash proving to be superior. 8-3 scoreline isn't too much of a wash, but it really just goes to show that these guys are laundromats, and Adroit Esports is hungry to just get some good dry cleaning on.
I'm not sure if they were able to face Adroit Esports on Bind before. But again, it's important to note to our viewers that this is probably the most comfortable map for Adroit Esports right now, or at least in CBT. But again, they show that they all remember their old tricks. They gave all these tricks in the book from Adroit Esports, and of course, showed their new tricks as well.
It seems like though it's a textbook gameplay here from Team Adroit as Joko and Jesse Vash do get some kills. We aren't really seeing anything too out of the ordinary for them. And I do feel like if Adroit Esports can keep this up, they're going to be very, very comfortable. Not having to whip anything out. Borkum? Borkum? Why? Borkum? Where did you go? Why did you fall from the angels? Oh no. Oh no. Vim, how does that even happen? Borkum.
What? Excuse me?
Huh? Are you okay? So Borkum fell. Basically, he fell.
Borkum fell through the floor. Was that a bug on the spectator? Probably.
I think that's his corpse, but he died somewhere. And the thing is, when you
Probably
die,
a bug.
okay, I think it's a bug. So the thing is, when you die and you're off the map, you automatically die. I think there's like a trigger there. If you're off the map, you die. As Batghost is trying to get these kills, Humi right now gonna get that takedown. Racks him up on the board though. Does get 2 more, and it's now Jesse Vash looking for the punish. 1 versus 3. Operator in hand. Still doable here for Vash, and he's trying to get the angle. Gets another one onto Joko.
Does have the dart on him. Goes for the TP. Very smart play. Now they're going to be forced to rotate to retake B. Jesse Vash has a few seconds to plant and go post plant. Right? But he chooses to wall up CT. I think this is the better play.
He buys time for himself here, Vim, and it really just goes to show. Jesse Vash, oh no, it's 4, 1 more, and he can get the ace here. Emil gonna be trying to bust on True, but it's gonna be 1 versus 1. Flash is there, and that is gonna be an ace to end the round, to end the half. And Jesse Vash, as we've said, always doable in a situation like this.
Always doable. And it just goes to show, in stark contrast to what I was trying to predict what he would do, just he goes off and does something completely different. Just goes to show how unpredictable Jesse Vash is to a player like me, who are completely, different level from top tier gameplay such as Adroit Esports.
Adroit is just top tier right now. They have proven throughout, well, the run as 5. They have proven through this tournament that they are really a force to be reckoned with. And if you guys are going to be looking for a name in the Philippine qualifier for Ignition Series, it has to be Adroit Esports. Now, it is going to be a defense for them, but we have seen Mr. Vyminal that, that defense is even scarier than the attack.
Yep. If history repeats itself, then that will be the case.
Revealing area.
Long toe, be shorts, all about those angles there. Dispenser playing the patience game, gets 1 and 2. Time to go for the dismiss, and it is going to be another dismiss, literally staying in position. What gameplay there from Dispenser, doing all he can with the abilities. Bat goes though on the board, and that is going to be Himiko right now, trading close. It seems that it is going to be Adroit right now with the advantage.
Oh my gosh, like that utility economy was just a sight to see. Even Dispenser on a classic is just a force to be reckoned with.
Cannot stop. You cannot stop Dispenser, especially when he gets this train going. It just makes such a big difference to have those iframes in the first place, Vim.
Definitely.
No charges.
That goes to.
Looks like he is choosing to stay at B, not really expecting an A rotation, I guess.
Joko actually catching up Borkum there. Here we go again with a little bit more of the push. The orb now getting bounced around, and well, with the Spencer pushing forward. We'll find out soon if anyone can actually get the catch on. Here comes Shikama, sees Joko, but that is going to be a blink of light, and that will be his demise there. Now the Spencer versus the World, another clutch player here, trying to bait things out with the jump up on Heaven, gets a few shots there onto the Brimstone, and this is just the Reyna looking to play with her food so far.
55 HP in a dream, a ghost at hand, still doable. If he gets one kill, he can chain and get the upper hand.
That's what the Reyna is all about. There we go, a few shots there, but the stage doesn't get connected on. And here comes trouble, here comes a flank. And really smart play there from Team Ahjin. That is teamwork at its finest.
Absolutely. Absolutely very masterful defense of the bomb at that point.
And I'm getting confirmation real quick for him that apparently the Omen did fall off the floor. So yeah, like I said, if you do, if you're out of the map, then the game kills you automatically. So poor Borkum, unfortunate. So maybe someone clip that, send it to Rito. Rito fix, please, alongside the spectator.
Rito fix.
Rito fix, please fix Orino. And hey, 9-4 advantage though. Still a good round there for Team Adroit. Maybe they can herald a comeback here.
Indeed. Eco round for Team Adroit. So we'll see how they actually play this out and maybe try to get as many picks as they can.
Shorties though. 2 shorties. 1 by Hookah, 1 by Shower. And I like the positioning there with the shorty squadron, honestly. It can make a big difference because these are pretty close angles.
Right.
Maximov is going for the jiggles. Might hop just to die. And that is the Spencer showing up out of nowhere to get that takedown. Joko though in response. That's just a good advantage, but sneaky peeky, at least they get the kill in response.
It's kind of interesting why they chose to go for a B execute through Hoka, knowing they were going to be on short. Interesting.
I think they just wanted to get there as fast as possible. Shorty though for Borkum. The disadvantage already, trying to get on through again to the Brimstone. Shots connect, back goes still with a takedown. Well, eventually, it's Borkum actually wins that one out of him.
Is he able to get it?
Dildo clutching out Humi there.
He does.
And it seems like this is going to be our defenders hopping on away again. At least the Vandal has been taken. Hopefully we don't have latency issues here for the casting side. But this Omen right now, at least with the gun in hand here, Vim. Seems like the Econ not the worst for Team Adroit.
Definitely. Not a bad eco round for Adroit. A lot of value there. Got a couple kills as well, and a Vandal. Not bad.
Bad indeed. That really just goes to show that, well, for the side of Adroit, I believe for them, on this defense right now, they're not really getting the same steam of momentum that we usually see from them. It looks like their defense has been figured out just a little bit, and they might look to change things up. But what do you think? Is it really just how effective Ahjin is pushing onto these sites, Pim?
I think this is just them trying to get a better read of the rotations of the defensive side. So they may be hitting their stride here. They have been more efficient in their executes. So we'll see how this plays out.
Line up very soon, as here we go again. The Spencer on the south side of the hookah here. Sobado of Humi looking to make sure that Cubby is going to be held. Some safer angles, more or less, for the side of Team Adroit, except of course there's very ambitious effort from the Spencer. But we do see Jesse Vash playing that budget operator right now, the Guardian in a way, so he can look for one-taps here and there, but it isn't as powerful as he usually expects.
Looks like we are going to see the spike come through Showers. Really interesting choice of execution here. It may be that Jesse Vash and... it may be that Bad Ghost and Joko would go through TP. Perhaps fake a B execute and then go through TP to Showers. I think that's what they're planning to do.
Not the best guns though here for the attacking side. Adjun right now gonna be looking to push into A side. Humi though the closest to this one. Goes for a shot, catches out, tracks him off, but Emil pushes forward really well and gets another takedown on the board. 11-11 right now, make a wish, but Borkum gonna make that 11-12 instead after the takedown. And here comes trouble. Jakama gonna be looking for a flank, looking for the angle. Back goes though, with a beautiful shot on Jesse Bash. Still a force to be reckoned with no matter the gun, especially that Guardian. And I think it's time to get that defuse on.
Now, normally a Guardian...
Orbital strike.
Looking
up that
Is going to be enough to delay the defuse.
Feels like it is going to be.
And that Molly.
Molly there, dude. Borkum right now sticking on the east side. And oh, what? That is a defuse. That actually worked it. What an awkward
Oh
round.
my gosh.
That's an awkward round. But they got the defuse in front of the Sage. Joko even getting 3. And I think we can look at that one real quick on the replay just to understand what went on.
Yeah.
So the
You gotta
defuse.
see that on replay.
Defuse Borkum. Oh yeah, so the Sage comes in from the other side, but unfortunately for Bat Ghost, he actually gets taken down there by Dispenser, and Joko didn't have the angle
Right.
on the one defusing, and in the end, Adroit winning that one out in the most interesting fashion.
Yeah, it was because of that Sage wall, I think. That was really blocking Joker's line of sight.
Completely agree. Really good barrier or placement has been the name of the game here for Jesse Vash. After that, Operator AC is still looking to play as better tactics as can. Keep an eye on Dispenser here, Vim, because he is ready to go for another shot at victory.
Spencer is indeed going for the victory. He's going to be holding off Hookah all by himself. Perhaps being able to reposition very quickly to backside of B. They are anticipating a B execute. See what Dispenser can pull off here.
Find out really soon because Dispenser has been the one just smoking all that smoke and looking to hold here. Run vacation time by Hookah. Creeping on closer. Email knows something is amiss. They know this can't be too easy here. And the creeping anticipation is building up. Trying to climb your shoulder. And here comes the Empress. That's one. Dispenser disengages with invisibility. Sneaky peeky does it. Dispenser right now looking for more. But Joko and Batghost on the board. Resurrection immediately. Borkum coming in from behind. And in the end, it's advantage and victory for Team Adroit Esports. What a quick execution there.
I mean, Spencer knew what exactly he had to do. He wanted to stall the push, try to get a pick, and then open the crossfire from backside of B. And that's exactly what he did. Gets one, tries to reposition. He gets picked off, but that's totally okay. He was able to get the Phoenix off, and that's, -1 flash already on board. Very well executed there.
What a backstab also from Borkum, as we've seen. That Omen, again, coming on through to the other side. Good intel gameplay from the Sova. And I really understand the double intel here for Team Adroit. Not only did they get some really good angles, but those teleporter drones made such a big difference in really securing their knowledge of the map.
Yes, very much, very much. And if you have total vision of the enemy at all times, then
Dispenser and Email though getting some trades. That's gonna be Dispenser. Another one on the board. Draximov in response getting a kill. And here comes Draximov again pushing forward. Joko though trying to survive. Humi will get that takedown. Trying to get a gun though. Back goes with the Operator in hand. It's no armor versus armor, but that Operator is just the biggest game changer. Hunter's Fury right now though being tossed. Empress in response here for Draximov. Anyone's game, but the guard is now getting cooked up by the lightning.
looks like they are going
Revealing
for
area.
the bomb. I mean, you gotta go that and then go for TP. You still have 50 seconds on the clock. That's exactly what they're going to do.
No, still surviving. Ooh, Draximov. Another takedown and a really good push there. So they moved in from Hookah. They moved into Teleporter, I believe. And now it is going to be time for them to get the shot onto Humi. Thrifty victory. Seeing some guns away. Really effectively done by the attacker side again. Ahjin showing signs of life.
Here.
Indeed. Showing signs of life, 6-11, but still very, very winnable. They have a very huge lead, but not insurmountable by any means.
Like it's
Trying to figure out, okay, what can Team Ahjin do differently here to gain a foothold somewhat, to sustain their positive momentum into this second half?
I think this round should be their game changer because for the side of Adroit, they're going to be playing it a little risky as Chikama has already gone down. Jesse Vash on the board, Paranoido into play, and it is going to be the Vash show again. He gets 2 in response, wall up, Rez is there, and here comes a little bit of the advantage for the side of the defense. No horrible strike though, terrible timing to move on backward, and Joko gets a cut, but Chikama getting on the board overall. And Himiko now the only one left after Errol is sent and done. And that is going to be Dispenser getting that final kill. These actions, these matches, these rounds, just quickly collapsing on itself after some quick spots on both sides. And match point right now for Adroit out of nowhere.
You can see like in very high tier gameplay that split decision making is the name of the game, and it happens so fast. And it's a stark contrast to games that aren't of this tier, and that's what we saw happen there tried to entry into hookah, but again gets quickly shut down, and a res coming off Jesse Vash with dispenser closing it off with a double flash. Really, really good defensive hold there.
Seems like that has been the case so far on the defense. As soon as the collapse happens, it really has turned into a bloodbath where they can take that victory. Seems Bulls really are just in their favor overall, but here comes a little bit of push. Dispenser trying to hold the line on A. There we go though with the run back and he's shut down. And that's a dismiss. Seems like Dispenser using that extra orb to his advantage.
Now this is what exactly they need to do. They need to aggress. Ahjin needs to aggress and not give Team Adroit too much respect, because this is the point in the match wherein teams tend to fall off and try to they tend to give the enemy too much respect. So in order for them to gain a foothold, sustain momentum here, they really need to aggress.
Seems like that's going to be the case, but here we go again. Operator in the clutches of both Borkum as well as Batkos, but overall it's going to be all about looking to give some rounds up. Again, Adroit very, very confident, looking to just make sure the score doesn't really matter to them. It's all about that result.
Right.
Given an extra round here, the team Ahjin isn't going to hurt them whatsoever.
Going for the 3v5 save is indeed very smart. They want to secure the match victory. And again, they still have opportunities to do trial and error runs to see what the most effective way to secure the victory is.
Operators in the hands of the best on each team should be a good way to secure something a little different. And look at that, Jesse Vash's time to shine again. Mr. Ace himself gonna be having that up, gives the Phantom back to Borkum. And here we go with a little bit of antics perhaps here for Borkum from the shadows available. Keep an eye out on the Omen, guys. He's gonna be lurking around as much as possible in the shadows.
Jesse Vash from the operator, it seems like it is Dire versus Radiant for Mr. Jesse Vash once more. Is this going to be the closeout for this match?
Don't forget, close beta closeout. This is gonna be the open release closeout potentially here for the side of Adroit. And maybe drop that Chronosphere here and there out of nowhere. And we will see if Dispenser gonna be looking to play into the shower side. Borkum again though by the main. Seems like it is gonna be an A collapse here. A little bit of a lurk though from the Sage, but Dispenser's time to shine. Gets rid of Amiel immediately.
Here.
Spencer looking really snappy right there. Love it.
So quick at those flicks. It really just goes to show he is so on point with his aim, with his eyes, eagle eyes right there, matanglawin as you would say. In any case though, Paranoia and Lear both available. These flashes, these near-sighted effects, gonna be hurting the offense as they go for the push. Molly is there though. Dispenser easily catching out Draximov, who is completely blinded. Dismiss right now to disengage. Really good uses here so far from the Reyna. And another one here for Dispenser. There's another one on the board. Looking for another kill right here, right now. Spike though on the side. And Himiko will get that takedown. But Borko wants to finish this off already. Jakama pushing on forward. Bat goes with the operator in hand. But this is 1 versus 3. Very dire. And Humi finishes off. 1 point already for the side of Team Adroit Esports.
What Dispenser did there was really, really cool. He bought enough time. He was able to hold off the entire push all by himself, trying to repeat using that dismiss to the best of its ability. Man, that was a sight to see, and it bought enough time for the rest of his team to catch up and pick up the remains of the enemy team. Well played from Adroit Esports on this first match. Decisive victory.
Spencer and Jesse Vash though up on top there, Vim. Really holding the keys to the kingdom. Joko though, from a very poor start, really impressive. He was able to bring it back in a way alongside Emil and Draximov. Really, really big kudos there to Team Ahjin. The score doesn't lie. Another victory here for Team Adroit. And it really just goes to show that these halves that Adroit brings to the table, they are just so various. They can really just shake things up at any point in time as we are looking through the rounds. And look at that beautiful ace there from the Sage.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing performance from Jesse Vash, of course. But yeah, we did note that Joko had a very rough start of 0-7 on KD, but managed to top frag on his team. Just goes to show that man has a lot of talent.
There's big talent gameplay here from Team Adroit as well as Team Ahjin. We are going to be moving back into our camps, but overall though, it has just been such a good showing so far here in the grand finals. Absolutely kudos to our team so far, but it is not done yet. We'll have one more game, perhaps, if Adroit takes it. If not, we will have two. Our next map will be Ascent, though, and I can't wait to bring
Mm,
it back to that match. But it seems like our player is gonna be looking to figure out a few things here and there. So Vim, let's figure out that game.
yeah.
Adroit Esports. What the hell did they just bring? What the hell did they just unleash here in the Siklab Invitationals?
I think they again Bind is a map they know like the back of their hand, and you pair that knowing every nook and cranny of the map, pair that with double intel comp, and a very cheeky sage like Jesse Vash, and a very self-sufficient fragger like Dispenser, for example. It's just how do you beat it? It's just it's very hard to grasp and how to find a counterplay for that strategy in a game wherein the entire team is just mechanically adept and you can count on everybody to hit their headshots. It's just a really, really hard strategy to beat. And what they did bring here was sort of a slight tweaks to what they did during the closed beta closeout. Of course, with the Reyna being a new addition to their agent composition.
So it's so interesting. They have really used the newest additions of the game to the best
Mm,
degree, and they've also cleaned up
right,
a few of their strategies to really work out so well for their
right.
team. So Adroit Esports, they showed up in close beta closeout as five. They showed up just Cups as five. They really showed up in so many different the one for Crusader. They showed up as five and they
Mm,
really impressed there on Haven. So it really just goes to show they are evolving. I feel like they're one of those teams that have a complete package: coaching, managerial, scrims for
right.
international scene, and all the like. It really feels like this is a team that has transcended behind and beyond the local scene.
Right. I mean, a common pitfall for perhaps a competitive team in many other esports is that if you're dominating the current scene, you stagnate and just become complacent, right? But not for Adroit. Adroit just keeps evolving, keeps getting better. They keep grinding every day, and it's just a sight to see. Very, very inspiring for me and many other players in the scene. Much respect to Adroit.
Road to Radiant, perhaps? Road to Radiant there for Adroit
Mm,
Esports. But they are going to be looking for a road to that 25k prize pool right there, the biggest slice of them all. And this has been the Siklab Invitationals. We are going to be waiting on for a little bit though, and we will be right back for game number 2. Our second map will be Ascent. Our players are getting ready. Stay tuned, stick around. Adroit with a 1-0 lead. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go again. Time to get into our second map of the night. This one will be Ascent for the grand finals. My name is Dax. Joining me is Mr. Vim, and Vim, we got a 1-0 lead there for Adroit.
Mhm.
How the hell did they figure that out on Bind?
Very, very decisive victory on Bind. Again, they stuck to what they tried and tested in the past, and it just worked out really, really well. Again, with the addition of Reina and their agent composition with their textbook plays on Bind. It really changed the way the local scene played. Actually, after the first showing of Jesse Vash on his signature Sage on Bind, it really changed perception of a lot of local players in the local grassroots communities. And it just goes to show how effective their strategies are on Bind. And we saw that happen again earlier tonight. Now, we are going into Ascent for the second map, right? And again, this is a map wherein they are also very
Really is. We have seen both teams actually execute, but we have seen Adroit do even. Seems like though we are going to be ready to go. High time to get into the action. It is going to be Adroit Esports on the defense, and this is match point for them. This is tournament point for them, Mr. Vim. If they win out Ascent,
Mhm.
they win the whole shebang,
Right.
and that majority of the 25k going to be going in their favor. Not a bad pot whatsoever, especially trying to get ready
Mhm.
for the Ignition series. And all I gotta say, the Siklab Invitationals has been such an amazing, amazing affair, and it has been a great, great time to bring you guys all the action from the local grassroots, really bring it to the best degree.
Absolutely heartwarming reception all around from the community, the players, and of course, my fellow partners here in Valorant PH. It's just absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much. But it is not over yet. We're going to game two in just a few moments. But I won't be surprised in terms of agent composition. Team Adroit Esports would probably be going with what they showed us in the past. I'm not sure to the extent of Ahjin, how experienced they are facing Adroit in this map. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes down to the team comp.
Find out very soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see Adroit Esports bring the same thing they brought in the semifinals. Maybe though they might have something a
Mhm.
little bit cheeky because they can give up a map if need be. But anyway, we are gonna be getting into the action, and here we go right here, right now. All of our players are loaded on in. We are good to go. Tournament
Right
points here for Adroit
here.
Esports, and take it away, Vim. Who's playing what into this game?
Jikama on Cypher. Bumi on Sova. Borkum on the Lurk on Omen. Jesse Vash, of course, on Sage Dispenser. Of course, on Reina. Draximov on Cypher this time. Joko on Jet. Is this one of the first times we've seen Jet since Billy played it out
Yep.
for Team MK? Emil on the Lurk on Omen. Himiko on Breach and Bat Ghost for Sova.
Really interesting composition here.
Let's-
I'm very, very flabbergasted to see Team Adroit actually whip something like this out. So we'll find out soon if this is going to be anyhow effective in the first place. Middle control already in their favor. Jesse Vash all alone at B. And here we go, guys. Our first round on a potential tournament point here for Adroit Esports.
Jesse Vash all alone on B, with Cypher being on A. I think Jikama really likes playing Cypher on A for good reason. And of course, the Sage can also potentially solo a site by just blocking off with that wall. Going full utilities on a pistol round is a very, very smart choice for the Sage. Gets picked off right there.
Yeah, quick, clean kills overall. There we go right now with Humi sticking onto the other side where the sun don't shine. Spike though planted by the double intel composition. Really is things, no Sage yet again here. This time it's going to be Team Adroit going to be doing that one. But for the side of Adroit Esports, their Sage really is their bread and butter. And I'm very, very surprised, not surprised rather, to see them run that medic. As there we go with the Twin Cascade. Humi and Jakama, the crossfire is on. And a beautiful, beautiful defense here for Adroit Esports to start things off.
Now, I mentioned previously in the tournament that if there was a map that you could play no Sage on, it would probably be either Ascent or Haven. Those one of the larger maps that not a lot of choke points. You wouldn't really need a slow orb or a barrier orb to block off a push. Potentially, that could be this map as well, aside from Haven. So, being a team that favors no Sage compositions, I'm not surprised seeing that from Team Adroit.
Really surprised though to see that shit. We don't see it too often. It feels like it's a very, very selfish pick, as you've said about Team MK. And we'll see if Joko can really get
Right.
utility out of this one, because he was able to push really, really deep. That's one thing he was able to do. But Dispenser still a lot more potent, snowballing with the rain as much as possible. Fumi though gonna get caught in the blast radius of that stun, but never go with the blind. It doesn't matter though. Batghost gets on the board. Powercom though comes on in. Will be taken down by Batghost in response. And a really good offense there actually. It doesn't matter if the blinds do happen, because Ahjin, just their eyes are wide open to say the least.
Now this is a very important round to win for Ahjin. If they win 1-1, economy is going to be in their favor going into buy round.
We'll see though very, very soon if this can be a proper defense here from Jesse Vash. Throwing for a few shots here and there with the Ghost, looking to find a little bit of the angle. But the Cypher Cam really getting a little bit of the intel in the first place. Draximov playing actually the Cypher here rather than that Reyna. Really interesting swaps right here right now. It's Joko on that Duelist actually. So overall, roles have swapped here for Team Ahjin so far as the push comes and Jakama gets rid of that Spycam darts.
Healing.
It's like things are looking pretty grim for Jesse Vash and Jikama, but we've seen them pull this off before.
One and
the
two.
one tap from Jesse Vash goes for 3. Beautiful. Beautiful retake from Jesse Vash and Jikama right there.
The Sage out of nowhere again, so very effective. And that is just well played there by Mr. Jesse Vash yet again. Aim on point, tap god himself. And anyone knowing his Overwatch history on the Kree there, just really, really reminiscent to say the least. So Adroit Esports right now, taking the lead 2-0. Beautiful defense so far.
And that's just goes to show, guys, that you can't dismiss Sage as just your hard support as an agent that can't really frag, because it can. It really depends on the hands of the player, and it is a grave misconception to dismiss Sage as merely a supporting character in the background.
No heal bots here, guys. That Sage is very, very scary. But speaking of Dismiss right now, we have seen Dispenser really push the limits of the Dismiss to the best degree. Dispenser, though, sticking by the cubby right now. Not the best aim, though. Joko gonna be able to get the angle on. Gun advantage, though, for the attacking side. And Ahjin might be able to make an opening here on A site.
Cage triggered.
So could be that Humi is saving for an operator here.
Might be. Might be.
He manages to get a random as well.
Kills are bound here. Mr. Vim all the way on A side. Batghost and Joko on the board. Here comes the Silver right now. Himiko, though, cashing that one out. And well played there to the attacking side. Finally, they get one back. It's pretty much the same kind of pace that we see from every single map. But hey, at least here for Ahjin, they play more to the standard. They're not getting snowballed or steamrolled at the very start of the game.
It appears that they have adapted and learned from their previous mistakes, facing Adroit Esports in particular. And very strong showing going into the third round. Now this is the fourth and eco round for Team Adroit, and a full buy for Ahjin. So this is looking pretty good for them. And if Adroit wins this one, it's going to really turn the tide.
Wouldn't be surprised for them to tie things up. Interesting though, Humi is on that Vandal. He was able to save up earlier on. Gate now is going to get closed. Middle control in favor of Ahjin for free. Seems like though on the defense on A, they're really looking to go for the chokehold. So entrance way to the sites, not as easy as you would expect.
Definitely looks like it's going for a B execute through B main. They're just they probably know that only the Sova or perhaps the solo agent is defending B site, and they're just gonna go in.
Humi though is forced to be reckoned with. He's the one with the rifle here. The Omen and Borkum pushing forward. Bat goes on the board. Himiko right now getting rid of the Sova there. So as it seems, it is going to be Adroit right now collapsing on its own load. Jakama coming in from the east side. Jesse Bash on the west might be able to get the boost here. A little bit of intel perhaps going to help out the side of the defense so far, but numbers don't lie. Ahjin with a really good advantage so far.
I think Ahjin really did a great job of exploiting their gun advantage right there, going full-on aggression on a site wherein the Cypher Chaps were not set. Really well played.
Flawless victory also. Really panning out to the best degree. 2-2 our scoreline right now. And well, Ahjin finally showing signs of light at the very start. Earlier on, there on Bind, they did show signs of life, but it was on the later approach. This time, though, maybe a little momentum coming in from that first map.
But if we take some notes from history, Adroit Esports looking really scary on defense, more so than attack here on Ascent. So if they actually manage to get a really good showing here in the first half, it might work out well for them in the second half.
Completely agree. I remember. I have flashbacks now. Back in my day. Oh, my back is creaking here, Vim. But back in my day.
That's
Back in the
history.
semifinals. As Jesse Bass gets a
History.
kill. History of the
Gets a kill
world.
off Draximov.
Oh, cool. But I was gonna say, those 8 takes, that was my point there. Those 8 takes, amazing stuff from Adroit on the offensive. And we'll see that later on as Joko actually killing one. Borkum in response though. Easy trades right there. Middle very contested, this time by Adroit. And the numbers don't lie. They're the ones with the advantage right now.
So it seems that they have had trouble the past couple of rounds. Perhaps this is the point wherein they adapt
You will
and
not
turn the
kill
momentum
my
in their
ally.
favor. Getting a lot of value from that
Nowhere to
resurrection
run.
for Gumi.
Another gun to the fight. Onto the teleportation we go from the shadows. Borkum already in position. Dispenser catching out one more. And that is just going to be a hop, skip, and a jump to try and get the takedown. Really good tracking there from the Omen. At Luis Spatkos gets rid of Dispenser there. But numbers don't lie again. Advantage right now for the side of Adroit Esports.
It's just so deadly when you have Reyna, do that ballet chain killing with someone behind you to trade frag. On top of that, it's just really, really hard to go up against.
It is. And when you do have to deal with the antics of Adroits, you always have to make sure that it's not just the first person you're looking at, but also the second. You can't just expect
Right.
Adroit to make that rookie mistake of leaving anyone there. And that's exactly the point there, Mr. Vim. And really, really good to note this. Because for Adroit, teamwork makes a dream work, and the numbers are such a big factor for them every single push that they do.
Looks like we have Jesse Vash going to defend B main here with that wall, the wall bang as well. But I believe you need to have high penetration weapons to wall bang through that wall.
Odin Ace, please. I'm already channeling.
Odin Ace.
Give me my Odin Ace by B
Odin
side.
Ace, let's go.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Yoko though does have the Blade Storm. Seems like the Jet wants to initiate. 5 versus 2 collapse. Might be in the cards very soon, but Jesse Vash is playing already safe and sound on the site.
Heavily stacking B. Looks like they're going to be exploiting onto the site with the Rolling Thunder. This might be a clean execution.
Jackson back catching Jesse Vash there. Beautifully done right there, right then. Borkum right now with a trade on back. Here we go with Neural Theft already. And Intel wins wars. Looking for the information. Dispenser getting caught. Joko from the side. Borkum though coming on in. 2 versus 1 right now. Collapse perhaps onto the boathouse. And we'll find out soon if we will be setting sail here. As Himiko gets 1 and he gets 2. What a clutch there from the side of Ahjin. 10 HP and the dream survives for another round.
Going for that pinch there, Himiko expertly flicks to the right and to the left, using Breach to his full potential, basically closing off one line of opportunity in order to buy him some time to flick left and right. Absolutely amazing play. Very important round to win for Ahjin.
They eked it out. That was so close. Himiko with the clutch of
Very.
the century, 10 HP. You can really just kiss your chances there and be happy that you're able to make it out. For now, though, it's going to be Econ right now. And as you said, the tides do turn with that loss because that is a good advantage now for Ahjin to try and snowball a few victories here and there. Shorty squad, though.
LC.
Ooh, Himiko survives. But anyway, back to middle and back to your points.
Here we go. Looks like it's going to be a mid-control execution from Team Ahjin. You should be able to take mid-control quite easily and be able to cross over to A because you do have the gun advantage here.
That's face-off versus face-off. Cypher looking at the mirror, seeing himself gets that takedown as Draximov with the Phantom with the better gun there. Really, really difficult right now for Dispenser. Also, classic in hand, 8 HP and a Dream might be able to yoink gun here, but Joko decides to push forward, and that is what the Jet is all about. Himiko right now, another takedown. Kobe versus the world, but overall, a really good cascade onto A site already. I have to just give props here. Team Ahjin, they push through mid, they get to A, and they are able to set up in such a good manner. Humi though,
Very strong showing here, but a 1v2 from Humi.
and actually
Quite a
clutched it up.
winnable condition. Getting a Vandal.
Completely agree there, Vim. Hunter Suri also putting that Sova in an immobile state for a while, but Humi deciding, okay, that's good enough. He got to kill, and he got an ultimate. He comes in from a background where he knows ults do matter in the scheme of things. A really good macro game sense here from Humi, backing on that with the Vandal in hand, should be able to give them a little bit of a punch for the next round, even though that they get the buys and Draximov, gotta be careful there. The rookie mistake doesn't make it at the very end.
One thing to note is that you got to pay attention to the sound cues of the spike as it begins to detonate, right? In total, you have around 45 seconds till the bomb explodes, and every tick is basically, I think, 5 or 10 seconds, like per tier of the tick rate of the bomb. So, experienced players like Humi know this, and he would be able to count in his head. Does he have time to clutch? Does he have time to get away from the spike? And really good macro game.
Joko. That is way too risky. Literally in the middle of the garden. It's just way too much to handle. Bullets come from all sides. Execution onto the Jets. And you know, Vim, for better players, they know that timer. For me, I just put a... You know, I got those R glasses? I have one right beside you. Slam it down. There we go. Bomb is sticking on the way with the sands. But Emil, easy. 15th century or whatever. It's like easy. How old is that anyway? But
Take some notes out of your playbook.
yeah, exactly. I'm glad you like it. Bat goes though on the board. It's still advantage though for team of the defense because we Adroit right now looking to hold here by the middle, putting a little bit of a noose on the Bat goes and his operator. Rolling Thunder gonna be in the cards, but who will get a peek on who first? Humi might see a little bit of opportunity, but he also might get traded back here. Slow push from the attack.
Very expertly done here. 3-2, mad advantage. They might be forced onto a save here. I think at this point, you have 30 seconds on the clock. You're going to be forced to commit. And they're closer to A. They know the Cypher is there. And basically, Jesse Vash has locked down on B. I don't know. I think at this point, I would honestly just save.
Sneaky peeky. That's how they go though. That goes right now. Do all he
Because if they
can.
do lose this round,
I know.
they lose this round, their economy is pretty much pretty busted.
Bat goes the only one who's gonna get those buys on. Really good point there, Vim. But right now, Jakama is busting their chops and getting rid of Himiko there immediately. No hat for his name. Humi gets the catch on. And right now, it's time to do the math, Mr. Vim. You do the honors. How much money will the other side have around average? I put you on the pedestal here. I put you on the spot, Vim. It's your time to do
No,
math.
here's the thing. If you lose a round, you get like 1-9 credits if you lose a round, right? Plus 300 if you get the spike plant. But it appears that two of them are going to be basically on force buy here. And again, half armor.
That goes there.
Not that bad of a deal,
This
but
is my
again, not
spot.
optimal.
Really good numbers.
Usually when you get a
here.
rifle, you have to like go full armor. Unless you're on operator and unless you're on Reyna, it's really not that much of an optimal play to go half armor.
Completely agree. You know, it's just that bullet count really slamming into you. With light armor, it's just not gonna make that one bullet difference. Here we go though with Humi right now. With that Hunter's Fury gets a catch on to Himiko. Gotta commend your math skills though real quick, Mr. Vim, especially knowing those numbers in the first place. And at least you didn't take 1 minute this time compared to myself. Humi though doing all he can. Danger close though. Joko with 6 HP and a dream. Dashing on in, trying to get on through. The Spencer Jakama doesn't care about the
That was
cloud
a quick
burst.
round.
And that's very quick right there. Complete isolation. They put them in the corner, literally. You saw Humi. He was on the platform. He looks down onto and he says, I am your champion now.
I actually think they would need to have an operator at this point. Try to contest, try to pick one off before they actually aggress. Maybe the only thing that could turn the tide for them here would be playing with their ultimates and like playing with an operator or a marshal in this case for bad
Hunting
tips.
omen.
The economy, though, hurting here for the side of Ahjin. And what looked promising, gonna be looking a little more of a collapse instead. There we go with the smoke. Good knowledge immediately by Team Adroit. They don't care if there's a smoke in the way. They know exactly where their opponents are.
gonna see an
Quick
ace here.
execution. Flawless victory right there immediately.
Flawless.
Oh my god. Vim.
Eco round done right, you know, in a few seconds. Just done.
It seems like it's one of those blink and you miss it moments. And can you give me a longer analysis of that round compared to the round, Lin?
Yeah, longer. That's an easy task. 'Cause the round literally lasted like what, 5 seconds, right? Basically, you have Dispenser at locking down A copy, right? They try to smoke off mid top. but he gets before they actually pushed out before the smoke popped, right? So Dispenser actually had vision of where they were and just picked them off one by one with impunity because they had pistols.
Good analysis there, 10 out of 10. I gotta give it to you, mates. Longer than the round, really going to show good explanation, but Borkum and Emil deciding to explain each other with bullets instead. Omen's trading, get some takedowns here and there. 4 versus 4 right now, still a good angle here though for the middle, but Dispenser's on the high ground and gets rid of Himiko. That is just easy pickings on to the low ground itself, and this is gonna be high time for Humi to get a little bit of intel and seize the other side. To the other side.
Our spike carrier
He's
is
gonna be in
killed.
trouble. And a beautiful wall bang by Jesse Bash. Perfect recon play right there.
Oh, sneaky peeky.
They gotta play it slow. Like they already had the operator in their hand. I believe the best course of action for Ahjin here is to play it slow, get a pick, and then execute. If they go all low ground right there, I think they're trying to put themselves in a bad spot.
Being stuck on low ground hurts, because if you don't clear out A, someone's gonna come in from cubby. If you don't clear out A, someone can even come in from your spawn, and just that high ground advantage we've
mid-top,
seen
yeah.
in the base space opera of them all. You can really see that, you know, that high ground is for masters, not Padawans. But in any case, here we go again. Time for the teleportation. Borkum looking to go for an angle here. Stundo is in play. Dispenser right now struggling to move, but it's gonna be a lot of opens, and Dispenser gets that first kill immediately.
Now again, interesting choice of guns here. Going for the Phantoms, despite pushing out onto mid top. I think a Vandal would work optimally there. Maximum does get a kill on the Dispenser. Gets traded quickly.
Not the plus later from Humi. Emil infiltrating, he gets 3. And you saw that Sova decided to go for the drone in danger close scenario. Emil decides to take that free kill into the market side, into the smoke. Now Spike is planted. Double up into the ultimate count here. For the side of the attack. This is going to be Adjin, Hunter's Fury, from the shadows, both available. Jakama, no neural theft whatsoever. He is going to have to rely on his wits and basically figure out where that drone came from to begin with. Right side angle though. Jakama right now looking for a little bit of the peek here on the boathouse, but very good defensive play so far. But oh no, Emil a
my
little
God.
too eager. He was too eager right there, Vim. And here comes Jakama right now, looking for a second. He will clutch it down. And he is just able to bring a different kind of flavor. He gives the opposing side a taste of their own medicine. And now this is going to be a 4-point lead for Team Adroits as we do swap sides.
Dude, what we saw there was just pure aim. Pure aim, raw mechanical skill at its best. He had no more utilities right there. He had no idea where the enemy was. But man, lightning fast reflexes. As cliche as it sounds, that was pretty almost inhuman, I would say.
Seems like
That
it's
was really impressive.
the reflexes beyond human, maybe. You know, we have Detroit beyond human. This is
Beyond
Manila
human.
beyond human right here.
Copyrighted, right?
I don't know, you know. It's
don't know.
something. It's
I don't know.
community cast,
Yeah.
by the way, guys. We can talk about
Okay.
anything we want. We're community casting.
Yeah,
No worries. We won't get in trouble with anyone.
Communicast.
Community cast. Community tournament. That's all I say.
I'm sorry, Daks.
We're doing great. We're doing
Alright.
great, Vim. Here we go again, though.
8-4.
Revealing area.
Okay, so
Goes
let's
again.
talk about the game. Push onto B. Draximov gets that kill. I guess that's what the game is all about, getting those takedowns. Emil, wow, Draximov, before the barrier orb comes online, he's able to get the shot onto one more. And Adroit, what happened to your offense? It kind of just fell apart immediately.
Right. I think that was a bit overzealous on their part. They pushed the one-way smoke of such. Right?
There you go. Atgos gets a kill.
It's extremely deadly. A Cypher Cage one-way setup is basically, you know, insta death for the aggressive team. You gotta play around it. You cannot just. I think, in my humble opinion, you cannot just go, you know, run through it. You're going to get instant dead.
It's like a rub band effect also when there is a tripwire. You know, I want to see Cypher Cage skins.
Yeah.
That's just not just like Cypher looking
That'd
at
be
you.
so cool.
I want to see like, you will die. Ah, crap. That'd be like some horror house right there. You are dead. Or maybe
There's so much potential.
one
right?
pixelized DED dead. You know, I'm giving Riot some
that
$1
would
million
be so
ideas already. You can give me a slice of the
Insta
cut. $50 bundle right there, Cypher. You gotta go for it. Joko though, close. Goodbye to Jakama. Goodbye to Humi. Goodbye to Dispenser. Can we see goodbye to even more? Not gonna happen. Jesse Bash always the ultimate stopping points, but it really goes to show that's a big advantage already as Himiko gets another one on the board.
Absolutely impressive hold by Joko right there.
That's it. That's all I gotta say. You know, Spectre in hand, more bullets, gets the dream on, and 3 kills on the board.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they are gonna be hunting down Borkum. Oh, and Borkum manages to get the pick using the classic.
He's so sneaky. Borkum.
That guy.
This
I
guy.
mean, if there's any sneaky players on the team, it's gonna be those pesky omens, right? You can count on those omens to be so sneaky. Kind of annoying.
Sneaky. Goodbye, goodbye. Borkum with 16 kills on the board has been getting some really good angles here and there. Not really the most noisy game here from the Spencer, only at 9, but really goes to show
Right,
that's already a low standard point for him, which is really, really interesting. In any case, though, seems like more of the defenses concaved on B, but the attacking side might be going A, so we'll see if Adroit can actually get a little bit of the tactical advantage here coming into this round.
Looks like they are intending to control mid, which is actually not a bad plan on defense because you can easily rotate from mid to A or B. But the spike is at mid top. Joko could be in a bad spot right now.
Seems like it. The Jet is such in dire straits. That's gonna be kill after kill immediately. Here comes the push right now from the attacking side, and already Draxum decided to close the gates to make sure everything is fine and dandy. Batghost though, trying to get that operator up and running, won't happen. He will just get taken down there by the Spencer, and it's now guerrilla warfare here for the defense. As Draxumov goes down, this should be a collapse onto B side. Himiko might be left to his own devices, and as I say that, the Spencer gets 4. And hey, Bim. I think the Spencer hears me right now. I called him out for being on the lower end of the scoreboard. Now he's at second.
And he
4
just
kills.
pops off the next round with 4K.
Exactly. The hype is there, and it really goes to show. The
Coincidence? I think not.
Spencer, I not.
I
This
think
is
not.
the scriptwriter is getting paid again to the best degree.
But here's the thing: the Spencer, we are seeing him do what he does best. He tries to get a pick, opens up the site, begins to lurk across the map. This is his hometown. His Ascent is, he feels very comfortable here. I can tell.
Damn though, Cypher, Trap, Cage, trick shots, always amazing to see. And Draxum trying to do that on B side. As you said, those one ways always so painful to try and get through. Any case though, all about the defense right now with some pistols, rifles in hand though. Jakama trying to get on forward. Here comes the Spencer holding a little bit of an angle here as well. But middle right now in favor of the attacking side. And as we say on the Ascent, middle is key for victory.
Indeed, looks like they're trying to go for the same strategy. Getting a note on the Spencer, trying to get a pick off mid once again. Looks like they may divert to a B executed here.
Seems like they're a little
Revealing
bit
area.
of kinda in between.
Found them.
They're not really making the biggest decision so far to commit. And it seems like they're kinda angling A right now. Maybe it's just clear at the Cubby here, whom we gonna be out in front. We do see Joko in the middle, but overall it's a very quiet day at the office. A very far cry from what we've seen so far in the series.
I think that they were so successful in playing for picks in the previous round. They're expecting heavy trade fragging. Adroit is expecting very heavy trade fragging right now, so that's why they're playing a bit slower. I think exploding on site is the best course of action. That's what we're going to do.
Wouldn't be surprised as we are going to be getting closer and closer to our mics and closer to this penultimate flash as here comes the Spencer trying to get a little bit more. There we go with the flash though. Himiko going to be out in front. There we go with the shots. Hume Jakama on the board. Spike now going to get planted yet again. And Draximov the only one left. Quick execution. This is the Adroit Esports playbook. We have seen him do this multiple times on a map like this. And that is going to be now the Cypher with 8 HP. Seems like this should be a hunt that goes in favor of the Omen. Sneaky peeky though. Borkum is shy. Borkum doesn't want to get shots. And a flawless victory there for the attacking side.
And Jesse Vash is staying under the door. He's actually testing if he can get caught underneath the door right there. That was kind of funny. But absolutely phenomenal round right there for Team Adroit. They read the enemy like a book and counterplayed their sort of passive playstyle.
Seems like it. It seems like they realized that, okay, they're not really doing anything to us, and it seems like they don't have the same stopping power. So we're just gonna rush in. We're gonna do that AXU that we have shown so far into the stream. And well, they do it so well yet again. Really impressive efforts here from Adroit Esports. Still though, there is a chance for Ahjin. They have proven that they can put a fight here and now. Himiko gonna be sticking around. Draximov though with the first kill. Aftershock right now looking for a little bit of play here and now. And really goes to show for Ahjin, again, they are not just gonna be lying on down waiting for things to happen.
Just Spencer on that self boost over there at A long. Very powerful position to get a pick and potentially open A site. But it looks like they will do a quick rotate with the Spencer on the lurk, try and cut off their rotations. Really strong strategy here. They might go for B favored execute. But again, I can't help but notice Draximov, locking down B side very well.
Wouldn't be surprised if they do go B because they have gotten the jet to go all the way to the corner. Jesse Bash also getting the resurrection on, and here we go again. Draximov forced back on out. That's the Reyna though doing all he can and more. Jesse Bash right now looking to stay alive. Here we go with more of that push, and it's another seesaw approach here. What is going on? They can't really decide right now. They do have the time though to circumnavigate the map, but it seems like from B they go back to A.
I think it was just to accompany Sage to get the reset on Humi. And then they really intended to go for the AX.
I agree, actually. That's a
Really
very good point.
smart, really smart.
They use the From the Shadows also, so they are really going to be focusing here. Batghost though on the board already. Jesse Bash's response. Dispenser right now doing all he can and more, and that is going to be Amel catching out Borkum. It still is going to be defenders here on the defensive side of Ahjin. They're coming on through from the south side of the map though. This will take some time, and with Amel only 33 HP, a bullet going to be braiding on to his demise.
Borkum sort of taking one for the team right there, delaying the enemy take by about 10 seconds, which is absolutely huge.
We'll see though if this is going to pan out.
Happens.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We will
exactly.
find out, so if
Jinx.
that recon can actually get anything. Dispenser! Unhumi! You owe me a soda, Mr. Vim. As there you go. 2 kills on the board. Another clean one there from Team Adroit. That reminds me, I haven't heard the Jinx thing in so long.
Same.
I
I
mean,
haven't heard that since middle school.
Middle
I
school.
don't know.
What was yours saying? It's like, Jinx, you owe me a soda. 1, 2, 3, good luck for me. When I was a young kid.
I was like Jinx, and then I'd be like, you don't owe me anything, and I don't owe you anything. Like, I'm not gonna buy you a soda just because you said the same
Oh.
word.
Come on, how do we get that sweet soda sponsorship deal right there, Mr. Vim? We gotta
Buy you
pander.
soda?
We gotta pander to the
I can
audience.
give you a piece of my allowance.
Okay, sige. G ako dun. Casting fee.
Okay.
Anyway, we
Okay,
go
okay.
again. Middle, offensive. Joko into the smoke and dies. That was a very good sentence construction from me, but all I gotta say is, very ambitious again from Joko, and it blows up again in his face with that jet.
They are -1. They could just explode onto site right now and basically take it with ease. They do have the armor and gun firepower advantage here.
Batghost though closing the door, making sure that he will be playing a little bit of a last stand here and now by the garden side. In the end though, it really feels like this is all going to be about the push right here, right now, from the offense on A. Any case though, we'll find out soon if it is going to be Draximov seeing that one not going to happen. Batghost though instead with the takedown. Well. Himiko onto the high ground. Jesse Bash though with the counter. And here comes the Hunter's Fury. Trying to play the guessing game. I think for Batghost, he's looking to swing a little bit onto the wine side as Borkum does catch out Amiel there. But unfortunately, it doesn't connect. And with the wall set up, there's an easy spike plant here and now for the side of Adroit Esports.
Despite the double intel composition, I really think that the recon arrows perhaps are not being used to the fullest potential here. Neural Theft, really not going to be able to do anything right there. The only ultimate online after that Hunter's Fury, and they will go down to 12 to 6. This is match point already, guys.
Match point, tournament points, and all I gotta say for Borkum, 23 kills, and he is the lurk god himself. Now, I just want to take note real quick for Adroit Esports. It's their newest addition to the roster, and Borkum has not disappointed whatsoever. On the lead
Definitely
right now,
not.
doing so much, and has been an even stronger powerhouse here for this. Oh my god. I thought they were actually going to lose that spike. Jesse Bash threw it up the wall there. But as I said, a powerhouse team getting even stronger. It really is your 73-9 kind of team in the NBA, looking to just add up a few more pieces to the puzzle. Any case though, high ground right now for Batghost. This defense here for Ahjin has to be on point, or they will be out of the running.
Let's see what they do here. Are they going to be playing slow, or are they just going to try and explode onto site as well? Look at that snappy aim by Humi. Beautiful shot right there.
Umi actually getting that one already. Here comes the Rolling Thunder though. Himiko trying to get back in position, and he will fall to the hand of Dispenser. No surviving, no popping whatsoever. Bat goes over the takedown. Gonna get two, but Jakama gets the trade. And clutch time, that's where Jakama can really go online. Can Humi find someone though? That's gonna be the real question. Yes, he does onto Amiel. All alone right now. That's gonna be Draximov. And on the gardens here, Mr. Vim, sometimes flowers do bloom in blood. We'll find out soon if Draximov can get that kill. Not gonna happen! And we have a champion, Adroit Esports again, with another victory in the local PH scene. Very well played.
Okay.
First time under their banner. And what a win here on Ascent.
What an ending to this tournament. A very decisive victory. Such a strong showing from Adroit Esports. I can't say I expected anything less from them, Mr. Daks. And, you know, it just goes to show how they can go up against even the strongest teams, right? Ahjin, you know, coming out of our 64 team open qualifiers, despite that, they just cannot overcome the force of nature that is Adroit.
Exactly.
I'm curious, Mr. Dex. How many maps have Adroit Esports played here? How many maps in this whole tournament?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
6 maps, and they haven't lost a single one, right?
Mm.
So they are on a currently 22 map win streak in all tournaments so far.
Ooh, that's so good. They have
22
not.
maps. If
They
I'm
have
not
not
mistaken,
dropped
don't quote me on that, but I remember a post and like
I think so.
I
I heard
saw
it.
somebody's match history,
Doing the
and
greens.
it's insane, absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane in the membrane. And there you go. Borkum Dispenser Humi again up on top. Really goes to show it's such a difficult endeavor there for Adjin. But I really have to commend Adjin. They put up a fight this time. It isn't that 13-2, but it really just goes to
Yeah,
show that Adroit might be like their weakest matchup in all honesty. Now Adroit has
right.
shown that they are basically the big boss of everything. So for Adjin, unfortunately, they were stuck in the same group and then they ended up facing off them in the grand final. So that's
Mhm.
okay. Adjin has proven to be a very, very strong team. Well, with the rest of the crew. But it really feels like for Adroit Esports, they are just above and beyond anyone
Above and
here in
beyond,
the
indeed.
local scene. Too much to handle.
Absolutely impressive.
And I think we can go
Uh
into our cams real quick, but just one
Indeed.
last check at our scoreboard. Borkum, 23 kills. Impressive effort. Really going to show that he deserves a slot in the Adroit Esports roster. And well played to them. Really great additions. Coming in from histories between CS, PUBG, Overwatch, and all the like. Mixing it all together,
Mhm.
making such a good melting pot of culture in the FPS scene. And all I gotta say is, congratulations there to Adroit, and we will be going into an interview with them a little later on.
All right. I
Right.
mean, this was the masterclass that I was expecting from Adroit. Uh, Absolutely satisfied in what I saw today, and I think that goes the same for a lot of many aspiring players here who have been following our tournament. Very educational as always. Spectating Adroit Esports, they are a cut above the rest, and they have the match history to prove it. It's just there. The evidence is there.
Is the writing is on the wall. Adroit Esports is the number one team to watch out for the series. So we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting an interview with one of the reps here for Adroit Esports. Don't go away. You want to hear some words for them, especially as they are getting ready for Ignition. This has been the Siklab Invitationals. We'll be going for a little bit of post-tournament broadcast very, very soon. So welcome back, guys, and we have basically the IGL of today's tournaments for the side of Team Adroit. It will be Humi on the interview. So Humi, how are you doing? How are you feeling after an amazing victory?
So you know, so happy and speechless. Another champion for the team. Well, I'm quite surprised na nag-workout pa din yung team despite some lineup changes
Mhm.
going to the tournament. So, yung si Borkum. And I'm glad naman na nag-fit siya so fast, very quick.
Yeah, he
There's
did
no
so
time.
well. He was such a good addition
Yeah.
for you guys in Detroit. So you guys were formerly fives. You had a 3 tournament win streak so far. Now make it four. I do have a question for you. I've been looking around at your history, and how did you guys even get picked up by the Adroit org in the first place? If you guys can actually tell that story.
Oh, so like before pa yun mga first week ng launch. So,
Mhm.
ano na kami, 5 na kami. So, like, I can't remember if before nung Crushers tournament or after. Basta around that, during that week na Vash told us that we got picked up by Android. But knowing Vash, she has a lot of connections outside
Right.
the game, Dota, whatever you call esports in general, PH. So, we received the news na Adroit is planning to um, create a Valorant team, like the very first Valorant org in the Philippines. So we're kind of glad and lucky that we had the
Congratulations. Definitely. And I think
opportunity.
it's not just luck, but you guys work really hard for it. You guys really deserve it. And you guys are cut above the rest on that.
Yeah.
Taas masyado ng Team Adroit right here. So, that's exactly an amazing story. It really goes to show when someone takes a risk on you, especially in a sport, you deliver. It's just an amazing time. So,
Hmm.
we set this up for you guys to set up for ignition, and it seems like you guys are ready for it. But I want to talk you guys through your tournament run. Now, you subbed in Borkum for Grand, I believe, and he has been a really good fit so far. Did you guys have any issues throughout the tournament in terms of your play, perhaps? Because it really looked so clean for you guys pretty much all throughout our days here for the Siklab Invitationals.
Mostly if you notice like mga most of our issues we have often encountered is yung attack. So like
Mm.
since bago pa lang si Borkum, we're trying to fit him. She's still is still trying to fit in with the team. There are some minor errors na which could lead to us losing the round. So we just quickly accept it and then move on to the next round. Then yun, like adjust lang.
Oo, mukha
Mm.
naman eh. Parang,
Yeah,
And you
like,
guys are like really fast adjusting. So.
yeah, it really is.
yeah.
Parang palagi
It was
gameplay.
quite actually a risk na last minute namin pinasok si Borkum sa
Mhm.
team just a day before. Like, ang practice lang siguro namin is ranked. And tagal pa ng queuing times, yeah.
I just want to add a question, Dax. Like,
Ko
is
lang.
it okay? Um,
Of course.
Curious lang ako, Humi, like, um, you guys come from different games, right? And
Mm.
you come into Valorant very strong, having the fundamental mechanics already in place. Uh, I'm sure. Do you guys have a long history of CS or tactical
I
shooters
do actually.
other
Oh,
than Overwatch?
I'm not sure sa mga team ko. Si Dispenser, I know
Dispenser, of course.
him since way back, 5 years na yata.
Mhm.
CSGO, like, I used to play CSGO then before Overwatch came out. Like, I
Ah, I
was a
see. I
CS
see.
player, yeah. Si Jikama din, also a CS. Like, high level CS,
Mm,
mga around Legendary Eagle, mga ganun.
copy,
Sa
copy.
Emma Shaking. Mga ganung level type. And si Vash, like, it's like na-mention na niya na he's really an FPS player by heart like before sa Dota.
I see. I see. Interesting.
Kwento
Mm.
talaga nung
For
Mineski nun.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mineski
yeah,
Overwatch
Yeah,
team especially. Like, uy,
yeah,
Vash, out of
that's
nowhere,
one.
McCree God. Kita natin on stream, diba?
yeah.
Like, pistol play. And just to add that little history nga for Mr. Vyminal and the rest of the audience, yun nga, especially when, like, the likes of Humi and Jakamo retired from their teams in Overwatch, they kinda, dabbled,
Mm.
diba? You guys played CS again in a way. but most of the more often than not. So
Yeah.
coming into Valorant, ready na kayo with gunplay. You guys, you have your ult economies and stuff from Overwatch, and honestly, a really big best of both worlds coming to Valorant. You guys have really,
Definitely.
really impressed. Now, looking at your opponents, anyone you guys were worried about, maybe pre or post your match?
Oh, group stage, like, hmm, I think Ahjin at first before, since they recently won the RR Tryhards tournament,
Hmm.
and Anbu, like we've already scrimmed with them a couple of times, and we actually lost a couple of games na rin. So nahirapan din kami sa attack noon. Nahirapan kami mag-adjust. Going to the playoffs, um, yung semifinals namin Empowered Youth, like they defeated the Cute Boy, which is full of FPS stars din sila,
Right.
Get Some Move, Dubstep, and Prodigy.
Right.
Yeah. And AKG. Yes. Good. Luck.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the teams that we've watched out before going to the tournament.
pretty good names actually, and it really goes to show that for Valorant, when you have that history of yes, it just makes such a big
Mm.
difference. You're someone to take note of, and it really goes to show here for Team Adroit, they have done their homework. And so, Humi, now that you guys have won Siklab Invitationals, are you guys ready for the Ignition Series and really look to represent our country in the region?
Yeah. We're actually looking for it tomorrow. Tomorrow na yung game, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's why, di ba? Okay,
Yeah.
schedule
Yes.
natin, di ba?
I
Like,
got it.
eh, yeah, we see this tournament like talagang practice na tournament mentality
Mm.
for going to the tournament because this is the bigger picture.
Right. Right. Right.
We're competing for the field qualifiers to compete with other Southeast Asian teams. And overall, confident naman kami kasi we've actually matched sa competitive games yung mga big names sa CS:GO from Thailand
Ooh,
and Singapore. Yeah,
Yeah. I see.
and like, we win and we lose. So we see that result as may palag kami. Like we can take a challenge into the
Definitely.
Southeast Asian
really
Southeast
amazed by
Asian
you
team.
guys and what you have done so far. And it seems like, Adroit's very, very ready for Ignition Series. And I'm glad that the teams did see it that way. You set up the Siglab Invitationals to be ready for Ignition, but also make it sure that you guys aren't just coasting. This is the real thing. This is also a real thing. It's a quarter of that prize, but it still makes a difference. And Adroit Esports, again, all business, even with new additions, they have done all they can and more to win things out and very, very impressive done. Vim, you got any more questions here for Humi?
That's all.
Okay.
I've Yeah, very satisfied with the Fumi's answers. I've
Really,
known a lot about Adroit Esports in this interview.
they are gonna be someone to watch out. So before we send Humi off, anyone or anything you want to shout out to Humi? All the floor is all yours.
Shout out sa the man behind all these results, si Mr. Gipo. Yeah, yeah. Like talagang sobrang constructive yung mga sinasabi niya. Like direct to the point. Like
Mm.
it's up to you if mamasamain mo yung sasabihin niya or not. Like
Mhm.
it's for the best of the team. Like you did wrong and sinabi sa'yo ni Gibo na you did wrong and you have to adjust it. You have to change in order to win the game. Yeah, Mr. Gibo.
Shoutouts to Mr. Gibbo and
Inom na.
alam na. Huh?
Panalo tayo.
Inom na. Parang palagi naman eh. Honestly, interview pa lang. It's
Joke
like,
lang.
no, no, no. Gibbo is a well-concerned guys. True role model for children. Totally. But yeah, all I gotta say between the
And
structure of
also to
Adroit.
the management of Adroit Esports. Thank you
Nice. Exactly.
for the
Really good,
support.
really great support
Yeah.
there from Adroit Esports. And I just want to talk real quick, Gibbo, he has been always there for five now. Adroit's manager, coach, whatever guy who takes a nap. But really, I've talked to him about his efforts with the team. And it's both because they've been familiar with each other from so many games already, including Overwatch. And then He's having this history of trust with one another, and Gibo going for the right calls, really doing all he does in the first place. And really that back line, the man behind the mirror, man behind the curtain, as Humi said, he does put a big effort for the team. So congratulations to Adroit Esports. Thank you, Humi, for your time. And I guess it's time
Thank
to wrap it up. You may head out, Mr. Humi, because Vim, it's time to close out Siklab Invitationals. And
Indeed.
now this is gonna be directed at you. Are you ready? Is it time to see the real Vyminal experience?
I am ready. This experience has been amazing,
That's
and I could go on and on and on about it. I could write a book about it, but it's ridiculous. This I can't thank you enough. Can't thank the community enough for trusting me and believing in me and giving me this amazing opportunity.
Valor
Beyond thankful.
Right. Valor PH making this happen. It wasn't just on me, it was just on you. It was on everyone. Big shout outs to Team EXE pulling double duty to not only play but also moderate, especially during the open qualifiers. Big shout outs, of course, to our socials and graphics, to Saint and Rack. And of course, Mr. Head Moderator himself, Cyan PH, number one,
Let's go.
right there, modding not only in game but also on the chat and everything. Alam ko may kaaway siyang ano eh.
Yes.
Parang there's a guy making accounts here and there, so it's pretty funny. It's like,
Oh
Cyan,
no.
he is our shield. So Valorant PH is the place to be, guys, if you want to have events like this. Now, of course, we're not telling you not join other communities, but we do hope that you join ours as well. We just want to be one happy family. We have so many events for you. Try our best to not clash with anything else, so you can really have a week full of Valorant every single time. We have these tournaments. We have something called the Pugs, which are basically games that the community can come together. And of course, when we have something to show off, we have those lobby rooms. We have everything that we can do. Overall, a very welcoming community, to say the least. So if you guys want Valorant in the PH, you know where to go. There are so many communities right there, and we welcome them all. Hoped that we can work with you guys soon, see you guys soon in our games, and you know where to find us. So Mr. Ignition Caster right here. Try to do that. There.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ignition Caster
Yes,
is
sir.
ready to go for his debut on Friday. If you guys want to see me more in Valorant, I might be hosting the Pug or two soon. I'm just gonna be finally sending this baby away. I think it's the last prod of
Guys.
Daks. This computer is dying like crazy. It's actually gonna die soon. But for a
Not
tournament, I
only
think
that,
my last time.
just for full transparency, Dax. Like, guys, Dax has been so helpful in
Panginang.
showing me the ropes
Give me money to
and,
buy
and
tickets.
trying to help me help me in casting in my casting journey. This for full transparency, this is my first full length tournament cast, and it has been an amazing experience. And I'm really glad that a lot of you here have been able to witness it and have been able to support me all the way. So thank you so much.
Vyminal fan club is there, and big cheers to Mr. Baka doing all he can and more to really impress on his debut. He's been working on it, and it does show. Results are there, and we will be heading on out very, very soon. As I said, though, if you want to see more of Mr. Vim, you'll see him on Friday, right? On Ignition Series, wherever the broadcast may
Yes, sir.
be. For me, if you guys want to see more of me, the Valorant C Invitational, I'll be there on next Saturday, which is going to be an amazing time as well. It's going to be a great time for us here at Valorant PH. We'll be hosting Pugs here and there at the same time, not only through me, but also through some of our other community casters. But beyond that, we really appreciate you guys checking out and really going with the Siklab Invitationals. To our top 4 teams, we'll coordinate after, of course, for all of your prize pool needs. And in any case, we will be making sure that everything will be held into the proper channels. We always want to make sure that we are transparent, we are very, very accessible, and we want to make sure that that 25k goes to the right hands. Anyway, though, it's time for us to call it a night. It's time for us to call it goodbye for the Siklab Invitationals. And you guys, did you like that format? You're going to be expecting maybe another edition of it sometime soon. But for now, take a break, go into official Riot business. We see you guys very, very soon. This has been Dax.
And this has been Vyminal.
And we are going to be signing off for the last time tonight for the Siklab Invitationals from Sunday till today on Wednesday. I've been bringing you guys the Valorant PH action, And thank you guys for tuning on in. Thank you guys for coming. If you want to support that stream, hit that follow, hit that sub if you can. Check us out on our socials. For mine, they are down below. Facebook at DaxCast, Twitter Dax Rosales, Twitch here DaxPH for Mr. Vyminal. It's Facebook and Twitter. I leave Vyminal on
Vyminal everywhere on the
Vyminal
internet.
everywhere.
right?
YouTube,
Just
the,
Vyminal
the big one
everywhere.
right there. Big YouTube value. Vyminal. You want to see. If you want to see some solid unboxing content, what did you do? I completely forgot.
A lot of unboxing.
A lot
stuff,
of
But I'm
unboxing.
transitioning to Valorant content. Okay,
Dude,
it's
dude,
gonna be Valorant.
Unbox. I want to
Valorant.
see a Valorant montage with an unbox opening. Here you go. There's already your $1 million idea.
Yes.
Maybe I'll do an
Let's go.
unboxing too. I've gotten a little bit of support actually. You guys see the thing behind me. You know, it's a little bit of love from one of our other sponsors for another tournament. So really thankful to the community for all the support, because without you guys, we won't get noticed, and without you guys, it really goes to show that that single person makes a difference, and they add up. It really is just a whole crowd supporting the scene. Anyway, it's time to call it at night. It is gonna be our last goodbye here for the Siklab Invitationals. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys around, especially in the Valorant PH Discord.